What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. Here we're playing my good friend Adrian37, playing a matchup of Blue Buggy versus Green Yellow Yamato. So a matchup of the new starter decks. I like my hand. He won the dice roll. He likes to go first. I really like this hand. I don't want to keep this hand against Yamato. I just know like Yamato seems to me like it's going to be a really bad matchup for Buggy, because there's no low-cost blockers. You do have like the Moji and the Kabaji, but they don't gain blocker until a little bit later on in the game. So the idea here is I want a hard mold for some 2Ks and maybe some blockers. The idea is when he swings that, like the typical Yamato play is swing 8, double attack on the first turn they can, and our hand's pretty kind of bricked up right here. This is kind of bad. We do have a Mihawk blocker, but we got to survive to 6 Dawn to play it. But yeah, the typical Yamato play is swing 8, double attack, and then swing 8, double attack, banish. So he taps 1 for a Yamato searcher that allows him to search top 5 for, I believe, a land of Wano, but it has to be 2 cost or higher. So he grabbed the Yamato, but he can't actually grab that, so he makes sure to grab something else. I'd grab search top 1 for a cross-guild searcher, or excuse me, for a Galdino, and I could grab a 2K, so I'm going to grab that. We search top 4 for a cross guild. Then we're going to pass. So here the idea here is he's going to do the old reliable Yamato, which is 8 double attack, and we're just going to take, no triggers. And then now we're going to swing 5 life. Yamato's effect, by the way, is it has double attack, so that's just scary. But then when I'm at 3 Dawn or less, which is now for the rest of the turn, the rest of the game, he can give 2 rested Dawn to a character. We tap 4 for a Kabaji blocker, but it doesn't have blocker yet. He taps 2 for the new Izo, which grants banish. So he's swinging double attack banish. We'll give him the 2Ks. Then he's going to be able to use leader effect to give the 2 Dawn to the Yamato, the new Yamato that gains extra power. So he can swing 5. Just a good way to use leader ability. Thinking on what to do. I only have 1 kick counter in hand, but I'll give that 1 right now because I don't want to go down to 2 and then be in a spot where I could just lose next turn. So I swing the Galdino into that Yamato. Now we're going to leader ability, pitch the Buggy. We're going to play promo Buggy into Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1. And we're going to pitch both the 10 cost Buggies. We have I need to survive. I can't afford to be keeping bricks. It's too greedy to keep those right now. We swing 6 life. That Izo he has on board also gains blocker when it has 2 Dawn on it, so just a good way to use leader ability. One of the new cards. So far, he's showcasing all the new cards. But now our Kabaji has gained blocker. We have a Mihawk blocker, and 3s and 4s cannot attack. So we're in relatively we're getting into a better spot. We're still Yamato's still very scary to go against. He taps 1 for another Yamato searcher. He's going to grab Kinemon. I'm going to say, can I read that card? He's like, it's just a vanilla, but I was like, it's got a trigger. What's a trigger do? So yes, he's on, I think he has 6 standing Dawn now. The only thing on board, the only swing we have to worry about this turn is the Yamato swing, the leader swing. There's not really a good swing. Like, he could put Dawn on the Izo, but that would be very inefficient. He's probably just going to put 2 Dawn on that to give it blocker, but use leader ability to do that. He swings 5 life. We're going to block with the Kabaji, which gains an extra 5,000 power on his turn. He taps 5 for a Momonosuke blocker that allows him to put a land of Wano to the top of his life. So he got a blocker while also healing. And then at the same time, he uses leader ability to put 2 Dawn on the Izo to make it a blocker. The idea here is we are on 8 Dawn. We're going to swing 5 life. And then we're just going to hard cast the Croc and Mihawk. First, we draw 2, trash 1. We're going to trash one of the Galdinos. And then we can use this to play down another blocker. We're going to play down on Mr. Moji. So now we have 3 blockers on board. We have a card that prevents anything being removed, and we have a card that stops 3s and 4s from attacking. So our board is looking pretty defensively here. We're in a good spot. That Moji's effect is on KO. If I have 3 or less cards in hand, I get to draw a card. I'm at 4 though, so there's a chance I'm able to use the Moj here to draw a card. But our board's starting to fill up. Now I wish we had a 10 cost Buggy, because we should be, that would be cool to be able to like bottom deck this Momonosuke or whatever he's about to play, for example. But we had to pitch the 2 early. He taps 7 for a Hody Jones. He's able to rest 2. He takes the top life. So he's thinking on what to rest. I'm assuming he's going to rest 2 of the blockers, but I have 3, so it's determined which ones he wants to. He rests the Mihawk blocker. And then it's between Moji and Kabaji. He rests Kabaji. He still has 2 Standing Dawn, and then he can use Leader Effect to give 2 Dawn to something. So he swings 8 life. I could give him 2 2Ks. I don't think I have 2 2Ks in hand, though. So I'm going to take, no trigger. It's a 1K. I'm probably not going to get the Moji effect off, but I probably will use the block leader. He's thinking about whether to swing 7 with the Momonosuke. Again, he still has leader effect to give 2 rested Dawn somewhere. He swings 7 life. I could give 2K 1K, which I will. And now we're at 3 cards in hand, so if he swings the Momo, I can block. I probably should have just blocked with the Moji. Keep my hand size a little bit bigger. Because now I don't have anything to play over. I have all these blockers. But we go to 10 Dawn. We don't have a Buggy. It would be nice to have a Buggy. We're going to tap 1 to play a Galdino Searcher over the promo Buggy. We're able to find a Mihawk off of this, but was looking for a 10 cost Buggy. That would be great to bottom deck his Hody or even that Momo. And now we have 9 Dawn. So I think the idea here is I'm gonna swing 7 life. He's at 2 life. He has a decent amount of cards in hand. I think he's at like 6 or 7. But I'm just gonna swing the 7 life, and then I'm probably gonna swing 8 life with leader. He gives 2K 1K. But first we're gonna tap 6 for the hard cast the Mihawk blocker and pitch the promo Buggy. And then now we're gonna swing 8 life, and he gives us the Izo blocker. So now our board's still at 5. We have 4 blockers on board, 2 strong ones in the Mihawk, and then 2 of the weaker ones in the Moji and the Kabaji. Got about 5 cards in hand. Again, I think it would be ideal to have a Buggy, and I think also it would have been better if I swing the Mihawk, because even if he plays another Hody down, I still have the Mihawk. I think what's happening here and what's going to be a theme for the rest of this game is I'm going to be very passive. I'm going to continually try to keep the blockers standing, and I think I should be swinging the Mihawks more. He's going to swing 9 life. He still has 9 Dawn standing. I'm just trying to think about like what could be coming. If he plays a Hody, he can rest 2 blockers. Well, we're going to hit a peel off trigger. We draw 2 bricks. And we have 6 in hand. He's going to tap 1 for a Yamato Searcher. He's going to grab an Izo 2K that can rest a 4 cost. I think I get a little bit in my head because here too when I see this search, because I know that Izo rests cards, but I should have thought or at least read the card. Because it rests 4 costs, and none of my board is 4 costs. So it's just a 2K in hand. He's going to tap 1 for another Yamato Searcher. He's going to grab a second Izo. So now I'm in my head of like, oh, if he plays a Hody, he can play an Izo. He can rest like lots of things. He could double Izo. And that's just kind of dumb because, like I said, the Izo can't rest anything. He could rest the Moji and Kabaji under certain circumstances, but in those circumstances, they're not blocker anyway, so it wouldn't be beneficial to rest them. So yeah, just kind of like a little bit. I think that's what's going to contribute to me playing so defensively going forward. He swings 7 life. He still has, I want to say, 5 Dawn standing. He has the Momo blocker, which I don't think he's going to swing. So I'm just going to give him the Kabaji blocker. I need some, I want to be able to play something next turn. And he taps 5 for another Momo blocker that heals. So he has 2 blockers. He's healed. And yeah, we're going to go. We don't have a Buggy would be awesome. We don't have it. We're going to start with a 7 life. And I think the idea here is we can swing 9 life, maybe 10 life. We're going to leader ability to play the Mihawk. Oh, the reason I leader ability is because I hope that one of those 2 draws is a Buggy so I can keep the Buggy alive. But I don't draw into it. I could Alvida and look for it. That might be a strong play. But I think what I'm going to do is put the remaining 5 Dawn on lead and swing 10 and put some pressure on, either make him take a life or think about whether to swing into the Hody too. But I know he has at least 2 2Ks in hand. I could try to get those cards out. I think he's at 7 cards in hand. We're going to swing 10 to the life. He gives us the Momo blocker. So we're able to clear a blocker. That's pretty cool. But yeah, now we have 3 Mihawks on board and the Moj. We're at 6 cards in hand. He's going to swing 9 life. We're just trying to think everything through. He has 9. He could play a Hody down and rest 2 blockers. He could still swing I have to respect the Yamato swing. I have to like the one on board. Also, his double attack now is kind of meaningless because we're at 1 life. So don't have to worry too much. His leader's yeah, like I said, his leader, essentially, we don't need to worry about the double attack anymore. So we just take that life. We go down to 0. So it is kind of risky. We're going to be walking a tight line the rest of the way. And again, I think that's why I'm going to play defensively. You have like 7 cards in hand. He's going to tap, I believe it's 6 for the new Momo. That I'm just reading it on the turn. His leader gains an extra 1,000 power, but then he can also has rush. He can take 2 Given Dawn and return it so that it gains 1,000 power. So I'm just honestly, it makes it really hard to do the math on things. He swings, I want to say this is 9 life. He's got 3 Dawn on it, plus, actually he takes a Dawn off. Now it's 8 life. We're just going to block 1K. So he swings 7. Actually, I think it's 8, though, even though he says 7, because I think that that Momo powered it up. Then he's going to use the effect to return 2 Dawn and then give 2 Dawn to it with leader effect. Now he's swinging, I want to say this is 10. And we're just going to block with emoji. And he passes. So now we go to... We have 3 Mihawks on board and a Kraken Mihawk. We have a decent amount of cards in hand. We can play a 4th Mihawk. We're going to swing 7 life. He has 1 Dawn standing. And he has 1 blocker. Maybe this is the point where I should really go hard for game. Maybe I should swing all the Mihawks. Like, looking back at it right now, this is the point where, like, maybe I should really push for game. But I just, yeah, I don't. And instead, I'm going to tap 5 the leader effect to play the Mihawk down. And again, the reason I'm doing leader effect rather than just hard casting it is because I want to keep the 10 cost Buggy alive. Because if I could play that I could bottom deck a Hody. I could bottom deck the Momo, for example. I probably would bottom deck the Momo at this point, just because the math is it's just harder to calculate the math, to be honest, with all the weird Dawn moving around. And I'm just gonna swing 10 life. Actually, no, I'm swinging 10 to the Momo. I'm either gonna get his hand size down or get one of the Momo blockers off. Yeah, so he's thinking it through. Well, we're swinging 10 into the 7, I believe. So he'd have to give us 2Ks. We know he has the 2 Ezos. He uses a Blaze Slice and then also a 2K. So now, and again, I think I should have swung one of the Mihawks, because he doesn't have a way to rest all of them. He does have a lot of swings, though. Maybe I should have swung one. He's going to swing 9 life. Just thinking this through of how many swings. If he plays a Hody, he's going to rest 2, and then I need the 2 to protect against like one of the Hodys, and like it's just, maybe I should just, I think I have enough counter in hand to counter out right now, but it would take my entire hand. I'm just going to give him a blocker. I think I misplay here. I think I should have just countered out of that, but I wasn't sure what was coming. He's going to swing 7 life. I'm like, oh, is that 7? And he goes, the Momo powers it up. It's on his turn. It's not an on-play effect. So he swings 7 life. I give him 2K, 1K, which I will. And now he's going to use the effective Momo to return 2 Dawn, powered up by 1,000. He's going to use leader effect to give those 2 Dawn to him. I think this is a 10K swing. So I'll just block. Can't counter out of it. And then now he's going to tap 7, take a life for another Hody. He rests my 2 blockers down. He swings 8 life, and I can give him pretty much my entire hand. And then he swings 7 life, and I can't get out of that even if I wanted to, because I only have 1 card in hand. So I think that last turn I probably could have played it slightly different with the way I counted out. Maybe I could counter out of that 9 and then counter out of the 7. I'm not sure if that actually works. I think one of the things is probably the turn before I could have definitely pushed for game. I think that would have been the better move. I felt like I had a good wall. I was really just hoping I could get 1 Buggy at the end. But I think the longer this game goes on, even though I have blockers, the more it benefits him, because he has the access to the Hody to rest things, as well as just the double attack is just scary in general. So I think if I had to take some lessons from this, it would just be a little bit more aggressive, which is the thing I need to work on in general. I got too passive, but I think if I push for game that 1 turn, I think that was probably the best move when I had all the Mihawks. And he had 1 blocker and he had 1 Dawn standing, but I think if I put the Dawn right, I might be able to make it close. But yeah, let me know in the comments. This is a game I'd be really intrigued to get some feedback on, because again, I think there was some micro decisions along the way that were passive when I should have been more aggressive. Would love to hear some feedback on that. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.